Hello, We Are Movie Club. It's me, Jenny, and I was talking to you guys the other day, and you guys were all awesome. And this is my belated video for Memento, which is kind of appropriate given that it's Memento. I have not seen this film before, and surprisingly, I have not been spoiled. So I was watching this film completely as a blank slate, only knowing that the structure was definitely not consistent with the timeline. And so watching this as a blank slate for the first time, it is a really enjoyable film because it's an unreliable protagonist, and you have all of these other characters. It's a very kind of small world. There's less than 10 characters, there's less than 10 sets, but it feels such an expansive universe because you're jumping around in the timeline. It's one consistent backwards path and then another kind of path that dots in the black and white sequences. So it was really interesting to watch. It's definitely the magic of this film comes from the structure. The story itself is probably relatively simple when eventually you get to the end of this film, and if you've been keeping track of the clues, I immediately managed to work out at least what I think happened in the story and what I think the plot line is, and how I believe the story works. You know, it's up to interpretation, which is really, really well done, and you have to really pay attention to the clues, which brings you into the story, it brings you into the character. You really feel how the character feels, and that is really impressive job for any film, to get you that involved in the storyline and in the character and paying that much attention. So I really, really like that. I thought that was a really well done sort of way of doing the film. I think for a simple premise and a relatively simple production value, this was just such a brilliant film, mainly because of the editing, and I think it only works for this type of film. I think a lot of films that try and do this in reverse will really feel overwrought, and this one just felt really effective and just really, really well done. I really enjoyed it. It was fun, it was entertaining, it was interesting, it was a really nice concept of an unreliable narrator. The acting throughout is really good, the music's good throughout, the way that everything kind of pulls together is really, really well done. And I definitely would recommend it as someone who apparently watches a lot of films since joining Movie Club. It's definitely a really good film, and if you haven't watched it, unless you're under the age of 18. There's some violence in this, and some rude language, and the overall concept is quite adult. I think the thing that really sold me on this was the beginning sequence, where it has the Polaroid picture in reverse, and what they've done is they've run the sound effects forward and the actual actions in reverse, but because it's a rhythmic movement of him shaking the photo, it's really hard to tell that it's in reverse. So you just kind of get this really kind of odd feeling while watching this. You know something's odd, and it's fading from this bloody picture into black and white, and so it gives you a really good starting point. So if I was sold from that early on, that shows you how good this film is. And given how much I was recommended it before watching this film, and how much everyone has told me to watch this film, and I haven't got around to watching this film, and I wasn't disappointed, that shows you how good this film is. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's really, really good. And that's about it. I will see you guys all soon, hopefully. I've got my other reviews to do today, so you will see me very soon and will probably be bored of me by the end of the day. Yay, we are Movie Club! Bye guys.